Non-guilds, Polarized Moon, Stratos and Vainchant, the gap between within and without. Like Iron, Emperor Cat does not skip even a single step in bringing out this technique. 200%. Fell Rush. Seems you got the wrong idea here, so let me just set things straight. You're the challenger here. I don't even know you! This build is on the Fallen Seraph armor set, which, as my previous video mentioned, is obtained from Lord Vayne the same way you obtain the last Seraph set from Lord Stratos. This build works off of the perk Fell Rush from this set and a lot of it. To use this Fell Rush perk, you must first debuff an enemy which marks them for your perk, and then M2. This perk works similarly to Divine Crash in that with greater distance you do more damage, and that it's activated with an M2. The size scales with perk amount at distance very aggressively, and additionally, like Divine Crash, this guardbreaks, allowing you to proc sharpening every time you use a perk, infinitely marking enemies till they die with bleed. I made this build similarly to Divine Crash as a safeguard to avoid making a bad build with this, and it worked out. I used full Fallen Seraph infusions, 3 legendary Fallen Seraph pieces, a warp sharpening, and a warped Sanguine Bolt Rune. These warped enchants combined with a cursed guild brings the Fell Rush perk to a whopping 9.36, and you might be wondering, why do you use the Sanguine Bolt Rune? Well, every hit from this rune guard breaks, meaning that I can debuff enemies from afar constantly with sharpening to mark them and then safely do my AoE. For the weapons, I just copied the bleed variant of my Divine Crash build and used Spiked Bolt on Cursed Dagger Blade. Why? Because the debuff I use to activate my perk is bleed from the sharpening. Using these two weapons not only increases my damage against the enemies I mark or bleed, but grants me really good self-sustain. Hammerhedge, the Spiked Bolt perk, increases damage against bleeding opponents, increases bleed potency and adds true damage. Curse Rip, the Cursed Dagger Blade perk, increases damage against debuffed enemies, adds bonus damage, and adds healing from debuffed opponents. This is the self-sustain of the build that allows it to solo dungeons. And that's basically the whole build, but I'd like to add some notes. You can use the Murkwater handle and cleanse to apply rot on your teammates. This allows them to mark the enemies for you and allows you to activate the perk without even hitting the enemy yourself. Use this if you're playing with friends in the Lord Frog dungeon if you wish. The Sanguine Bolt Rune is interchangeable with the Launch Rune if you're comfortable playing with a little more risk by hitting them up close or waiting for Javelin and want more distance before you Fell Rush. Use Launch Rune then instead. In case you're wondering, the DPS about 250 to 300ish at level 59, but it's a far greater AoE than Divine Crash and is much faster with 74% speed boost from the armor. I'll leave the whole build in the description, and additionally you can expect a video comparing the two Seraph armor sets. However, till then, bye! Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute.